Hello, everyone. Once again, Sun's time.
Welcome to another show.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm Tom C.
Can you believe it's a Tuesday again?
That's D Marks. D Marks, I want to tell you, you've been nailing it at rehearsal.
Thank you, Tom. I
Yesterday's
appreciate that.
Suns rehearsal, you nailed it.
Well, I mean,
The writers there, they were giving you a review. They said you were great.
well, I mean, when we sit down for our 5-hour dress rehearsals every week, you just got to bring your A game.
And that's what you do. I mean, I have off weeks. I do. I admit that. But you,
I think you're hard on yourself. I think that's your thing.
you're just too nice. But I just wish I could get to that level that you bring, especially this week.
Well,
The guest we had thought you were great, John Hamm. John Hamm loved you.
I'm flattered. I don't know what you think I did different and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I feel like I do the same thing every week.
Well, that's what you might think, and it's easy to think that. But if you do the same thing every week and it's great every week, can you really be upset about that?
That's true, but I'm just curious, like why
Isn't
this week stood out. Because I mean, don't get me wrong.
Right.
When we have guests in, Bradley Cooper, John Hamm, your Tina Fey, I'm friends with all those people.
Yeah, that's why I like you so much.
Yeah, we hang out after work, so the chemistry's there. Mm-hmm. So naturally, I'm at ease with them, but I'm not sure if my acting process is different. Because I'm always committing.
You just seem to connect with the material.
I always commit to the D Marks role. I method act all the time.
In this, because it's rehearsal for this episode.
Exactly.
Like you connected with it. You really it got it to me. Like
guys,
I understood
here's the deal.
it.
I don't know if you know, but I put on about 80 pounds for this role.
Yeah.
To kind of really get inside.
That's
the D Marks.
when I saw that, I knew you was serious.
Yeah.
That's what really inspired me to get into this role too.
Yeah, and I think it really shows through all our podcasts.
Yeah, it's definitely you put in the heart and soul, dude, and it shows.
Yeah,
and you're getting the results.
I turned away from my my lucrative Broadway super career to become a podcaster, and I've never looked back. That's what I'm saying.
You know, you decided to take a pay cut, which actually was more money.
Exactly.
That's what you do when
it's
you get
a rare time
podcast.
where you take a pay cut to receive more money.
Yeah, and it was terrific, really.
Yeah,
a terrific
it was an
decision.
Yeah,
investment's a great call. That's what I would have said.
But the thing is, Tom, I don't think I'd get anywhere if you writing weren't such a fantastic writer for the series.
Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, but everyone thinks they're a writer. You know.
Yeah.
You see pictures of girls with their books, how to write. I'm like one of those losers. At least I was until I started nailing it.
That's true.
You know?
Because you hung out one time. Because I remember I saw you one time. You did, what was it? I think it was 17,000 kilos of cocaine with Quentin Tarantino.
Just one time.
And after that, I think it really propelled you.
Well, funny story about that.
Okay.
Everything I wrote that night, we're still coasting on it.
Really?
Haven't written since then.
Wow.
Don't need to.
And that was 6 years ago.
It was a lot of cocaine. And that's just what you get.
I hear sometimes you take so much cocaine, time stops.
Well, that is what happened.
I got it.
It was a hyperbolic time chamber of writing. I wrote comedy bits that somehow are still fresh today. It was like I could see the future.
It's a prophetic comedy. Yeah, that's what I was
going
to say.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. I guess you just ate a lot. Then you got really funny or something.
Well, yeah, I ate a lot.
Chris Farley effect.
I played 17,000 hours of video games a week.
Uh-huh. That one I'm confused about.
I shut myself off from the world.
Okay, the world, as you might call it.
My legions of fans. Mm-hmm. My girlfriends.
Right, many girlfriends.
And it just kind of came to me, you know? I just jumped into the deep end. That's what I did.
Paying off. 10th review on iTunes.
Hey.
That's all you, baby.
Big 1-0.
That's all you, Big D. That's what we call him on the set.
Great.
Anyway, well, let's get right into it.
That sounds good. Enough chit chat.
So if you can believe it, guys, this is a video game podcast.
I know, right? You think it was just,
hobnobbing with the greats, you know?
A world. Oh, I was going to say a word masturbation thing, but that's worse.
No, dude.
Okay. Anyway, guys,
you can say that. If
here's
you
the deal, Tom C. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
Let's refer to each other only by our full names.
Tom C. the Fourth.
Thomas Seaman.
Tom C. Fourth, the Esquire.
Yep.
Sir Tom C. Sir Tom C. Here's the deal. I was thinking about this recently, and by recently I mean today.
Well, penny for your thoughts. I don't have any pennies. Sorry.
Guys, so you actually might have already seen it. We started playing a little game on the Let's Play channel. It's called Army of Two: The Devil's Cartel.
I was there too.
You were there too. That's why I said we instead of I. Mm-hmm. So we started playing that, and here's the thing.
The thing.
Games like this, I know kind of go under the radar because, you know, they're decent quality. They're like mediocre in a lot of ways, you know?
Right.
But
so far, a shining endorsement.
Shining endorsement. And I feel this way actually a lot of times with like a Borderlands type game too.
Mm-hmm.
There's and it makes you realize that there's a difference between games that are fun and games that are great. Because you can have a game that's fun and not necessarily great or even good. And it still can be fun, and it still can be addicting, and you still can enjoy it. Because here's the deal.
Okay.
Borderlands doesn't have a whole lot going on for it, at least in my opinion.
It's got a lot of critical flaws.
Got a lot of flaws. It's very repetitive.
Yeah.
It's very repetitive, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's very linear in a lot of cases.
Right. The original Borderlands specifically had very poor story.
Yeah, it didn't really.
Extremely
writing
poor
wasn't really
story.
that good.
It just wasn't there.
And then we played that game for a million hours. And what happened? How did we do it? Because it was fun.
Well, here's my concern about this topic that you're going into, is that maybe we're for some reason addicted to grinding.
I don't think that's true because you don't really grind in Army of Two, and we love that game.
Well, the thing is, we're doing it for rewards of getting new fun weapons and stuff.
Well, that's true, but we're only getting those by playing through the game.
True.
That's not us going back and doing levels and being like...
Well, specifically for Borderlands, we did things to get weapons.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know. So what... But I don't know if the difference between great and fun are that different, you know?
Well, because we also been playing a lot of Warriors Orochi 3.
Right, I sure have.
And that's another game that's not necessarily great, but it's fun.
But that's a lot of grinding there, too.
That is a lot of grinding.
And I'm worried that it might just be the grinding is that we enjoy it. Because think about how many people play addictive games that are like MMORPGs and stuff.
That's true.
They're certainly not great, but you got millions of people playing them and having quote-unquote fun, you know? And no one's going to say that it's going to win the game of the year, you know?
That's true, but at least in some... I feel like it's different for an MMO, because an MMO is not just grinding. An MMO, you can like...
Meet people?
Yeah, you can meet people, you can forge relationships and stuff. I feel like it's different there.
Yeah.
When you and I are just sitting on a couch and we know each other for a billion years and are playing Army of Two or playing Warriors Orochi split screen, that like we're not socially gaining anything aside from our own enjoyment with one another.
Right.
So maybe it is just grinding. Maybe we do just like grinding.
Well, do you think this is a problem with... Because there's no categorical way to rate funness of something,
no,
you know?
That's true.
So you can have a game that's great for a bunch of reasons, but it's kind of great because it delivers a story well, or like looks great, or
yeah, because
but you can't have it's so fun to play 10 out of 10.
Because also here's another thing, because there are great games that I've played that I liked a lot that I don't really consider all that fun.
I would agree with that too.
Because I'll be honest, Metal Gear Solid 4, not really a fun game. It's a great game. It's got a cool story. It's got a bunch of cool stuff going on with it. Not really all that fun though. Dude,
that's true of a lot of things, especially of a lot of, big, well-reviewed games, you know? Because you can sit here and, Bioshock Infinite's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Bioshock Infinite is fun, yes.
Like Bioshock 2, kind of fun. Bioshock 1, it's fun, but it's not the most fun you've ever had.
Yeah,
But it's still like a 10 out of 10.
And I feel like that was a big thing that they wanted to make sure they changed for Infinite. Because in 1, especially in 1 and 2... fighting, the environments didn't really change all that much. It was a lot of the same, just using like plasma and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a lot more customization in Infinite. Sorry, not 2. In Infinite, even though you can only carry like 2 weapons at a time, and that peed a lot of people off.
Right.
But at least made for a more varied gaming experience.
Right.
Which added to the fun factor, as we call it here in Sunstown.
My point is, I just guess there's no way for reviewers to tell you how fun something is.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the obvious, this game was fun, period.
Because fun is so, weird a term, so vague a term.
It really is. Because you're right, everybody has a different idea of fun. Everybody has a different idea of what's a good time. And to try and objectively define that is almost impossible.
So, can you think of some great games that aren't fun? You said Metal Gear Solid 4.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is a great game that's not... I'm tempted to say... Probably, maybe the entire Metal Gear Solid franchise is are games that are great, but not necessarily all that fun.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, because you do have fun moments. And the thing, like, that makes me think a lot more. Because I feel like overall my experience is fun.
Okay.
But it's fun to get through it, like, in a challenge way.
That's true.
It's hard to explain.
No, I get what
every
you're saying.
every moment's not a rip-roaring...
You like the feeling of achievement that it gives you.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not really getting that as much from a Warriors Orochi or something like that.
Okay, well, I think the conclusion, the 10-minute conclusion...
10-minute conclusion.
The short version is... A game doesn't have to be great to be fun.
Yeah.
And so, something.
Because it's the same way with movies. Drawing another parallel between gaming and movies. Not all movies that are fun to watch are great.
That's true.
Yeah, like you can have like arguably I would say maybe like The Hangover. It's not a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
Right.
It's an enjoyable movie to watch. You're not really getting a lot of it in terms of like thinking and deep consciousness and stuff. And whereas that's a bad example because that movie was actually a lot of fun. I was going to say Inception was a great movie, but not really a lot of fun. But it actually, for as serious it actually was a lot of fun to like see all the visuals and stuff.
Right. Guys, can we have a counter on the word fun? How many times have we said so far?
Could I say what about divertido? That's Spanish for fun.
No, I don't like that. We don't speak Spanish.
That's fair.
We lost the Latin Grammys, you know that.
Yeah, that was a muy triste day. But yeah, I don't know. It was just something I was thinking about because when we do the Let's Plays, guys, we try to do fun games, and that's really because we could do a Metal Gear Solid, we could do stuff like that, but we're like.
Recently, somebody wanted us to do the original Deus Ex,
and we are like,
I'd love to play it.
Oh, that's a great game, but are people going to be entertained by us doing it?
It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
you know,
because not all games are fun to watch, even when you're playing them.
Dude, yeah. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here, and I just can't remember it.
That's tough.
I know. I mean, the thing is, we've talked about this before in I think it was a critical analysis.
Oh, yeah.
One of our greatest episodes.
That was a good one.
Or I think maybe it was great.
Dude, I threw down a lot of truth bombs that ended up being totally legitimately true there.
You know what? I don't know if it was great, but it was fun to record.
There you go.
The thing is...
Because that was when I was like... Everybody in the gaming journalism industry gets paid off. And then that's exactly what happened. Then that is exactly what happened.
But the thing is, I almost lost my point here.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Is that I feel as though people get jaded when they're reviewers or when they, I feel like me and D here are not jaded to these ththings.
No.
I feel like we could have fun with bad games.
We always have a childlike wonder.
Exactly. A lot of people who are in the biz, as we call it, they get all like that they have to pretend like they can't have fun with stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's and we actually kind of
it's a problem with the world. Actually,
we actually kind of talked about that with our hate podcast too.
Too bad that we already did everything. Already,
I know it's weird.
That's what happens when you have
like
an
always
established library.
I know whenever we come up with an idea for the podcast, we're always like, oh, that's cool, but it's like secretly just an offshoot of one we already did. But we kind of talked about that in the hate podcast too, about how people are.
Well, can we remember what that was called?
It was Haters. I think it was Haters Gonna Hate with David Hayter.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Special guest David Hayter. But the idea that we got across there was the fact that there's so much of internet culture and just culture in general that's trained to automatically dislike certain things, and like mainstream gaming like that is one that happens to get on the chopping block a lot,
right?
Because people will be like, "Oh, well, BioShock Infinite's not fun because of X, Y, and Z, blah 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 blah," and you're like, "What are you talking about? That game was tons of fun."
See, it's hard, and it really is the same point there. Because it's just people who are, I don't want to say trying to look cool, but they almost don't want to be fooled into having fun when it's not legitimate to other people.
Yeah.
Which is really...
I definitely see your point there.
Because people don't want to go, oh man, I'm actually having a lot of fun with Army of Two, even though it's kind of like a weird game. Then one of their high school friends goes, that game's garbage. And they go, oh crap, Billy thinks I'm a jerk.
Yeah, because remember when we did all of the Black Ops campaign mode? Like I'm sure nobody who would give themselves any kind of like credibility in the field of like journalism and stuff would ever be like, I'm going to do a serious sit down of this because this is a legitimate gaming art thing. No, we sat down and did that because that game is fun.
We had fun playing.
I liked the story. It's a popcorn kind of movie.
Yeah,
you don't have to it's just enough thought so you don't feel like a total Neanderthal while you're playing it. But it's not too much thought where you have to, where you're distracted from the fun shooting.
I'm going to ask you again. What is our platform that we, the Sons, stand on?
Our platform, I think it's Oak.
No. What do we say? Why are we doing the show? What are we trying to encourage the young people?
Respect for women.
That's what we stand for. But what's our platform?
Being yourself.
Being yourself,
That's
guys.
what it is.
Not being embarrassed to be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just enjoying your life, enjoying the vidya, right? You don't have to impress anybody. If you really like the My Little Pony game, if you're getting something out of it, who
No, 'cause
cares?
guys, we talked about this before. I love those stupid online Flash games. I can't get enough of them. Like those, you sign me up with a Learn to Fly. Or
Dude, I think Learn to Fly is actually getting like a console release or something. Something's happening with it.
Really?
Yeah, I saw like a commercial for it at GameStop.
That's weird.
It's either getting an IS or an iOS. What's the word I'm looking for?
iOS, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like an Xbox arcade thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't. I was looking it up while I was looking it up.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's getting. It's getting something. Maybe it was on just the GameStop site or something. Anyway.
What I'm trying to say, guys, is that you can have... You can be a person who enjoys playing Army of Two and just shooting dudes and not really thinking about it. And you can be a person who loves playing Total War games and planning out grand strategy and managing your economy and doing all the battles. And you can be the same person. You can enjoy them both.
I mean, no one's going to sit here and tell me Total War's a bad game, though.
No,
that's a great game and it's fun.
That's true.
There's a lot of games that are great and fun, guys. Don't get me wrong.
It's a good crossover there.
But it doesn't have to be great to be fun. It can be cheesy. It can be repetitive. It can be stupid. But you can still enjoy it.
Exactly.
Don't let anyone get you down, guys. That's what we always say.
That's 100% true.
We wouldn't be doing this show if we were so cynical,
That's probably true.
Do I want to listen to myself be a dope every week? Kind of.
That'd be kind of funny.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
That's what the show is. Guys, just, that's all I'm saying. That's, I guess, all we're saying.
That's true. Do you want to do a 4-minute review of Warriors Orochi?
What are we even going to do next break? I thought we were going to talk about it there.
Oh, no, I was going to talk about other stuff there.
Okay, well, let me give you a quick review, guys. If we did reviews, which I guess we do. So, guys, I've been into Warriors Orochi this week.
For some reason, we talked about this last week. For some reason, we're really in a beat-em-up mood.
Said I was going to get it, and then I got it. I got it on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. And so here's the deal, guys. If you've ever played Dynasty Warriors games, the gameplay is largely the same. However, the story is actually there, if you can believe it. There's like a legitimately interesting story that weirdly takes tones from Chrono Trigger, which you may be saying, what? But it's true because you have a weird time traveling aspect mixed with a final end boss who you can fight at any time, which is exactly out of Chrono Trigger, like exactly.
Yeah, that's what you said when we were playing it.
Got over 130 characters, at least over 120. I think it's 130 characters in the game, which is outrageous.
It's pretty much everybody from
every character's ever been in,
including other people who aren't involved.
Yeah, people from games that weren't even in the Warriors series. Not even Koei games. Some of them.
Really?
Well,
oh yeah, like Ryuba Hayabusa.
Yeah, the guy from Ninja Gaiden. The thing is, it's so much content and all this stuff, they couldn't afford to do English dubs, which is outrageous.
I still think that's really funny, actually.
Because there's so many people doing voices. Just imagine it.
Yeah, that's true.
There's like hundreds of voices in the game.
I actually was reading today, though, that 8 is definitely getting an English dub.
Yeah, it's got to. But it's just a huge game with a lot of content. There's a lot more missions than one would expect. Additionally, there's already a pretty healthy amount of DLC, which I haven't gotten any of yet. But the thing is, just a lot there. I feel like I got it for $30. I feel like it's the best of the Warrior series so far. That might be nostalgia goggles, and it's just fun to play. It's just fun.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to when 8 comes out over the summer, because there's a lot of improvements there. From what I hear, they're taking a lot of because 3 guys. Warriors Orochi 3 is the most recent release of the whole Warriors series. Because we have Dynasty Warriors, which is Chinese, not prehistory, but like ancient history. And you have Samurai Warriors, which is obviously the Sengoku era of Japan, 1600s, Tokugawa, Nobunaga, all that stuff.
The classics.
Yeah. And then Warriors Orochi is them all mashed together with magic and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to when 8 comes out because they took a lot of stuff from Warriors Orochi 3 that I like the weapon compatibilities, which is the more you use a single weapon, the more damage it deals. I like that concept.
Yeah.
Not everyone might know that.
I was just saying.
I was explaining it to the people. But yeah, I'm looking forward to 8. It's a fun game. Again, not necessarily that great, but it's a lot of fun.
It doesn't take itself seriously.
No, that's true.
And you shouldn't either. You just be here to have some fun.
Dude, remember that
Is it repetitive? You know it is.
Yeah, no, it's funny because they're actually, since there's a time travel mechanic, guys, like built in within the game, You can do a battle where like one of the characters will die, and then people will be like, "Oh man, if only we had done X in the past, then that guy might still be alive." Wait a minute, we got a time thing. Let's go and do X.
But that's that I kind of like more than anything.
No,
else.
I do too. But it's
smart.
a brilliant way to pad out a game.
Yeah,
Because it's like you said on the it's the same thing like you said on the Army 2 thing. It's like games really lucked out when shooting galleries are the best way to teach you how to play a game. It's the same thing that you can weave something into a story that'll work to its benefit mechanically.
and it's interesting just because you get to do something new in the level that makes everything different.
Yeah.
Like the path you take through a different stage could be different because you didn't have a fire start here or something.
Yeah.
And it's neat and it's smart and it's probably the best of the series. I said it before. For $30, you can't go wrong.
I mean, definitely gameplay wise, yeah.
Yeah, $30, you can't go wrong. There's just so much content there. There's nothing to be upset about.
It's true.
That's my review. I give it 100 out of 10.
Nice, nicely done.
That's probably the highest review I've ever given.
I'm gonna give it a Warriors Orochi out of 10.
Pretty good.
Nice.
But Warriors Orochi 3 or Warriors Orochi 1?
Warriors Orochi 10. out of
Weird.
10. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Whoa, guys. Do you like the song?
What?
What was the song? Do you know it?
Yeah, it was.
Can you hum it real quick?
Yeah, it was audio distorted.
Weird. That's weird, dude.
It's weird that that would come up on the thing.
So, guys, talked before about being yourself. Talked before about how, in my heart, I always wanted to draw.
Yeah, you're an artist at heart.
Want to be a comic artist, you know?
Really? I did not know that.
Well, here's
I
the
always
thing.
assumed you were oil.
We mentioned it before, I think, in a podcast. It also was might have been in a Let's Play.
I always assumed you were oils and canvas.
Oh, yeah. Well, that too. All sorts of art. Martial arts, you know?
That's good.
Other arts. I don't know.
Culinary arts?
So I'm working on this comic. I have about 100 strips.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I've only just started it a few days ago. Right? It's called Grover.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Now just follow me here. I think it's really good. I think it's really funny.
You might just need to change the name.
It's Grover.
Okay.
Yeah, here's where it gets zany, all right?
All right.
First off, he's a gerbil.
Layer on me.
Gerbil, right? Grover the gerbil. That full name, we're not going to use it though. Just going to call it Grover. It's cooler for the kids.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about this gerbil though.
You know the kids could call it G to G.
Right? Here's the thing about the gerbil.
Okay.
It's got attitude.
Really?
You,
That's a take.
Like, for instance, right? You know Tuesdays? Gerbil hates him, man.
What?
This one strip, he wakes up, right? Says, I hate Tuesdays. Slammed in the face with a pie. It's all over the cage.
What?
Dude, can you believe it?
How does that
He's got attitude. That's the thing.
Where does a pie even hit it?
I don't know, dude. His hapless owner, James Carbuncle, is just going there nuts, and he has trouble getting dates, but Grover makes fun of him for it. That's the thing. I feel inspired when I write this.
Dude, okay. I don't want to...
He's got his friend, Edie.
I was about to ask, does he have...
Friend's a hamster, though.
What?
Yeah.
Hamsters and gerbils are natural enemies.
He's got a really cute gerbil friend, too, called Nemo. But he hates him because he's too cute.
Interesting.
Right? Also, the gerbil loves ravioli, dude.
What?
Whenever James makes it, he eats all and he goes, Grover! And it's like a running thing, dude. It's going to be really big. It's going to be really big. I'm really behind it.
Oh, man. Just, you know what? I'm gonna write to my local comic book congressman.
Dude, if they don't get Grover soon, it's really...
Wait, hold on.
What?
Hold on a second. I'm
Dude.
looking at my cellular phone.
Why would we be doing that?
Kind of sounds like a comic that's already in existence.
No, dude, nothing's like Grover. He's got attitude.
Have you ever heard of
He hates Tuesdays.
Have you ever heard of a comic strip called Garfield?
Yeah, I may have heard of Garfield. I may have, but it's not related to Grover.
No, it's
the
not.
Gerbil.
It's not related.
He's a gerbil. Don't you see that?
It's not related.
He's a gerbil.
It's not related, but there's a lot of similarities there. For example, this Garfield dislikes Mondays.
That's a different day.
He's a cat.
That's a totally different animal.
His owner's name is John Arbuckle.
He
He likes
still a different
lasagna.
name. Okay, that's not
There
even
are a lot-
not even the same
No,
pasta.
what I'm saying is just there's a lot of similarities there that
Okay.
people might get confused.
Dude, Grover likes to sleep a lot.
Garfield actually does like to sleep a lot.
Okay, so the thing about the gerbil is sometimes he stands up on his hind legs and talks he talks to the guy.
I'm seeing a lot.
Well, actually, he kind of does a thought bubble thing.
I'm seeing a lot of thought bubbles and standing on legs.
Do you know how long I've been working on Grover? It's 100 strips.
You said you started working on it the other day.
Yeah, but it's 100. They were really funny.
I think you should go back to cashews.
Dude, what's cashews?
The one about the kids, and there's this one goofball. Everyone can't. He never seems to catch a break. That
Oh yeah,
one I
Chucky
like.
Black.
Yeah, I like
Chucky Black
a lot.
says, "Good guff."
Yeah, I think Chucky Black's that's your future.
Yeah, cashews did real well for a while.
Yeah.
I had a dog called Snuppy,
Yeah, it's really good.
and it's got a bird named Woodchuck.
Okay, guys, we're moving on. Oh, guys, Tom and I have been in split screen fever.
What?
I know. We've
Catch it.
We've got a terrible case.
Of the fever are.
The fevers, split screen fevers. Because we've been playing Army of Two, which I'm holding the box of right now.
I don't know why. That was an unnecessary visual.
Dude, you know I'm a propsman.
Yeah.
And we're playing Warriors
Really
Orochi.
translates though.
I know. We're playing Warriors Orochi, which is also a split screen game.
Has a split screen.
All of our sons' fights are 9 times out of 10 split screens.
Yep. Or the same screen, but
Or
with
the
us
same
both
screen.
on it.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, guys,
It's a dying art.
I wish split screen was not on its way out, because split screen is tons of fun.
I feel like we had a talk about an actual show about this. I'm sure we did. It's called Co-op Fun.
It actually was called Co-op Fun.
See, this is the problem. We have too many things, guys. It's going away, and we all hate it. Guys, everyone wants to give us instead stupid friggin' internet co-op. Screw that. Give me local co-op.
Yeah, because it makes some games.
Let's see. This week on Savop, we discuss co-op gaming. The good, the bad, and who does it better. Blah, blah, blah. Additionally, we talk about why you shouldn't be embarrassed to play games. This is the same podcast. We're actually only doing the same podcast, guys.
Crap.
Let's look for something else. Justified violence. Sometimes it's okay to be violent in games. You should wear whatever shirts you like. Oh, no, wait, don't wear shirts. Let's see. You can make that Hollywood joke again. That one was good. Relationships in games and Pokemon. Can we do that? Do we do that one again?
I don't know, man. I didn't realize we were doing the exact same episode. It's so embarrassing.
Well, it's just, we play games a lot. These things happen.
I guess. Oh,
It's really funny to me.
It is really funny, but it's also really embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing to me, I'll tell you that. Dude, okay. Other news, guys. I've been playing Deus Ex, like I said before. Can we talk about Deus Ex a bit?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Human Revolution, guys. A fan offered me Deus Ex, the original. I have not yet taken him up on
You
it.
mentioned that in the first half.
Yeah, because he wants us to do a Let's Play of it. I don't know that it translates to a Let's Play.
Yeah.
You know? Because here's the deal, guys. There's great games, and there's games that are great for the show.
Yeah.
And the thing is, do you really want us to sit there and make fun of Deus Ex the whole time? Because I wouldn't do Human Revolution on the show.
We actually thought about doing it.
We tried to, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's a thinking man's game.
That's true.
We
We were hesitant about doing any of the Bioshocks because we were like, people are going to have to listen to it.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking over important story stuff, but we did it anyway. So that's not really proving my point at all.
In general, it's a very low tone game, very thinking game. What do you feel about you've only played Human Revolution, right?
Yes.
And how did you feel about it?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Now, why did you love it? Because was it a game that you had fun playing? Or
It actually was. I actually had a lot of fun with that one because, guys, for those of you who don't know, Human Revolution it's not made by the same people who made the first two Deus Ex games.
I didn't know that.
Deus Ex and Deus Ex something else. I don't remember what it's called. Secret
Invisible War.
Invisible War. Yeah. It's not made by that company, but from people who I've talked to who have played the game, all the other games or some of the other games, it does follow very well in those footsteps. It's obviously the people who made the game liked the game enough that they paid homage to it, which I always like, because it's easy to make something. It's easy to do a reboot or something like that and have it be the same thing again. What I like is a movie or a game that can kind of be a reboot or a sequel or something like that and bring something different to the table.
Right.
And from what I heard, that's very much the way that Human Revolution worked. Why I personally liked Human Revolution a lot was I thought the gameplay was very good. Mm-hmm. I thought the abilities that you got were interesting because there was a lot of ways to go in that game, and I never really felt confined by my choices.
Right.
Because I was always a super jump, super strength kind of guy. So what I was able to do in my run through a lot of times was I would always be looking out for those air ducts, see if I could jump up or like.
Did you ever blow anything up? Blow anything open? I just noticed there's a skill for blowing down weak walls.
Yeah, I actually got that because I in my total foolishness, I thought you would be able to blow open a wall stealthily. And let me tell you, the first time I did it, how far are you with the game, by the way?
Guys, I'm in the. It's no spoilers. I'm in Detroit again after Montreal.
Okay, so you haven't played since we talked about it last.
I've been stuck on Warriors Orochi. Okay, sadly. I'm hoping it won't be one of those games that I don't come back to.
There's a part where it's when you go back to Shanghai.
Right. Spoilers. Apparently, go back to Shanghai.
Yeah. There's a part where you're sneaking through this one like parking garage.
Spoilers. Just parking garage.
It's just parking garage. I punched down a door or a wall. And I was just standing face to face with like 5 members of this Tong that I was trying to sneak past. Right. I was like, shit.
It's a really fun game. Although my style has just been to shoot everybody because I don't have time for this.
I actually went non-lethal for a very long time. I just
can't do stealth or non-lethal.
I went non-lethal for a very long time actually in that game.
People love being killed, so I'm just going to kill them. Now my question is this. Do you like this kind of setting for a game? Do you like this kind of
dystopian future?
Yeah. Do you like that? It's not necessarily a post-apocalyptic, but rather a future in which things aren't going so hot.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
But it is futury.
I said this about it the first time I played it. I think I said I was talking to you about it. The environment, especially Detroit, but the environment in this game is very reminiscent of a very famous movie from the 1980s called Blade Runner.
We've all heard of Blade Runner.
Of
course, I've not seen it.
Yeah, there's some similar plot elements as well. Not terribly many, but the setting is almost Blade Runner. At least Detroit is Blade Runner to a T.
Right.
And I like that a lot because I love the movie Blade Runner. So I did like the setting. I like that dystopian cyberpunk nearest future thing, because that's one of the reasons why I think Metal Gear Solid is interesting, because it's in the future of tomorrow is what it's called. That's the trope.
Yeah.
So I do like that setting. In answer to your question,
my question is this:
you already asked a question.
I keep having questions. That's the thing.
All right.
I don't know why this show ends up me being interviewing you about video games.
Well, I worked on every video game that's ever existed.
Here's the thing: what kind of game do you think would work well in that kind of environment? Because that game's like a non-linear, non-open world game. It's kind of an action game with RPG elements. What do you think could work really well with that? Like, would a sandbox Fallout game work well with that?
Possibly, because when I think of games of this genre, or not genre, I think of games of this setting type.
Right.
The first thing that pops into my mind is like Beyond Good and Evil.
That's I've never played.
I haven't played it either. I want to. I've heard it's very good. I know a lot of people love that game. But Beyond Good and Evil is that same kind of setting where it's near future, a lot of corporations, a lot of espionage. I think Mirror's Edge is a lot like that.
I think that is too. A lot of I thinks here, guys.
A lot of I thinks. We're not journalists.
We're not getting paid to do this.
But I think the genre that works best for this particular setting is the feeling of not necessarily weakness, but underpowered. Because in a lot of these games that we mentioned, Mirror's Edge, Beyond Good and Evil, even this game, Human Revolution, fighting is not always the optimal choice. Because a lot of times you're outgunned, outnumbered, and getting into an open confrontation with enemies could easily spell your death very quickly if you're not careful.
Yeah, you get killed real fast in that game.
But if you use your brain case, and you think about the best ways to either take enemies out one by one or just bypass combat altogether, you really get rewarded because you're going to advance and not be killed.
Yeah.
So, and I think that fits the dystopian kind of almost crushing feeling of that kind of environment and big corporations.
Almost like you're beating it? Like you're outsmarting that kind of stuff?
Yeah, and I think that's
how would you feel about a survival horror?
It's possible. I think they've made games like that.
It's got a cool idea, like if you're outsmarting and running away from scary robots.
That's true.
Think about that. That's why we should get into making games, dude. I got all kind of scary robot ideas.
If you think about it, Resident Evil's kind of like that. Some of the later ones.
You think so?
Yeah, because, I mean, 5, not so much, maybe. But, like, 6 is a lot of that kind of, you know, because you have to be, maybe it's not necessarily, like...
I don't know anything about 6.
Futuristic in the terms of, like, the robotics and stuff like that. But, like, the technology that they can use to make all the viruses and zombies and stuff.
True.
So it is combining that dystopian future with the survival horror elements.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Sorry, I got away from the point there.
What's... Because the setting of a game is very important. And I think a lot of people would obviously agree with that because it's a pretty non-inflammatory statement.
It's pretty general, even for you.
But what are the settings that stick out to you that you hear like, oh, Tom C, they're making a new blank game, and you're like, I'm gonna get me a slice of that.
Pokemon? That doesn't count. I don't know. You know that we always go for Fallout games. And I think... Okay, well actually, now that I think about it, I'm kind of attracted to games that take place in America. Sounds dumb? Hold on.
No, I'm waiting for it.
Because, you know, like games that like focus heavily on like Americana or like strange kind of perversions of American stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, your BioShock Infinite, for instance, your Fallout, for instance, your Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah.
Very attractive settings to me. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm an American, obviously. But it's just something about that kind of... Because a lot of games, like, I can't... Like, especially the patriotism, the jingoism of a BioShock's very attractive to me.
Because a lot of games are set in America.
Yeah.
Like a Liberty City. That's set in America, but that's not America.
But like a game where like America is a main character almost.
Yeah.
That, like, even Deus Ex was in Detroit, which is obviously in America, unless I was not informed of something.
Yeah.
It might not be for long, the way it's going.
The worst part is that's not a joke. Like, they're literally talking about disincorporating Detroit.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's talking about that?
Like the Detroit Council.
Yeah,
like,
poor Detroit, man.
That is a talking point right now.
Yeah, when are they going to get that augment business in there?
Right.
It's going to revitalize that whole city.
Yeah, but you know what game I really liked that didn't take place in America, but I actually really enjoyed it because of the way that we did it? I loved Metro 2033 because we turned the Russian language on. It was awesome.
That's what everyone said to do, and they were right.
Yeah, it really added a lot to it for some reason.
Right.
Because, you had a Steve Blum there.
Mm-hmm. We all miss Steve Blum.
We all miss Steve Blum. But for some reason, the fact that... Because otherwise, it could have just been America.
Yeah.
But with the Russian language on, you really got... I feel like you got the idea of how the devs wanted the game to be. They wanted to be a Russian game.
Like, it really went from, like, a generic shooter to the isolation of not really understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
Of being, like...
that game was so good.
Yeah. Last Light's coming out soon, guys.
It's coming out today.
What?
It's coming out the 14th.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's literally out today.
Yo, dude, here's something you don't care about, but I do care about, and it sucks that you don't care about it. Sanctum 2 is going to come out.
I never played Sanctum 1.
Sanctum 1 was so much fun.
What is it?
Oh god, it was so rad. It's just a tower defense style game, except you make your defenses, but like it's like the actual round. And when the round happens, you go into a first person shooting mode, and it's like totally fun and strategic at the same time. It's the perfect tower defense game.
It sounds fun,
dude. When 2 comes out, I like legitimately. It's only $15.
Yeah, that's good.
Because the first one I got for maybe like $2. I was like, I don't care about this. There's a girl on the cover, whatever. I bought it and I was like, this is awesome. And I'm actually might buy this new one, even though I still have $15 in the should pay for Far Cry fund. You know, I should be doing that because that's probably gonna last longer. Anyway, I don't know. It's gonna be rad too. A lot of good games coming out in the next one day.
Yeah, seriously.
Because that's coming out to the 15th, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, so I liked Metro's setting a lot, and that was obviously, post-apocalyptic stuff, but it did it in a very, I liked the...
Well, the question you asked me is, like, would you be attracted to another Russian post-apocalyptic setting?
I mean, I'm attracted to Metro Last Light.
Yeah. I mean, you weren't attracted to a stalker, though.
That's true, but that was mostly... I would have been if the gameplay was better, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I never played it. I do own it.
Yeah, I played it on your computer, ironically enough.
You snuck it past me.
I just didn't like the gameplay, and that's possibly just because it didn't age well. Because it's an older. The one I played with one of the older ones. I think.
Yeah, I think you played the first one.
Yeah,
which I don't know how old that is.
Yeah, so it's possible it just didn't age well.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about it.
I'm sorry,
guys. We did it again.
Once again, we're bringing the show to a close.
Guys, please email us all your fun comments.
We want to hear from you and talk to you and tell you how much we think you're neat.
You talk to us, we'll talk to you. I swear to God, dude.
That's how it works.
Eventually. I think I still have to return this guy's email from like 2 weeks ago.
It's rough.
Yeah, dude. Guys, I'm working on it, all right?
You should also look at our son's channel on YouTube.
YouTube, if you have not, please do it.
Sons of Video at .com/user/sonsvideo.
Go read the article about Metro 2033 on our blog.
That's true. And then don't comment about how I haven't wrote anything on the blog in literally months.
Dude, no one's commented on the blog, so you guys owe us.
That's true.
That's a great article, though.
It's true.
Really showing off that D-Marks writing style.
Wait, what did I write about in Metro 2033? Oh, I just gave it a review.
You said it was a hidden gem.
I did say it was a human gem, because it totally was. Dude, I hope Last Light's good.
Dude, a lot of people are saying it might not be as good because, like, the story is based off... It's not based off, like, the same...
It's not based off the book, yeah.
Yeah, which people are not...
But from what I know about the story, I like the idea of it.
Yeah. I think people will not like the idea of it as much as you will.
Yeah, but
Can we give a rundown of the story? Are we doing that?
Yeah,
too
sure.
late?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
Guys, the end of Metro 2033, at least the canon ending, was that you found your way into a hidden Russian military base and gained access to the nuclear missiles there, which you sent to destroy a hive of these weird new radioactively created creatures that are really unknown and alien and like killed humans without any kind of thought or malice or like
the dark
remorse.
ones.
The dark ones, yes. It's in the original Russian they're actually called the Blacks, which I think is kind of cool.
That's way cooler. Those blacks are scary, guys.
Yeah, it's scary. You can't trust them. But yeah, so you send a nuke and you kill all the blacks. And sorry guys, racist humor is not funny.
It was funny right there, though.
That's true. So you send a nuke and you destroy all the dark ones, and
that sounds more racist.
It lasts. You destroy all the dark-skinned people.
Okay, that's way racist.
Yeah, you can't say that. No, you destroy the dark ones with the nuclear missiles, and then in a sequel, all the various factions in the Metro realize that that people can gain access to these nukes, and it could be a really big turning point for the kind of conflicts that are going on. So there's kind of a civil war brewing within the survivors of the Metro. And I think that's a really neat and logical.
It's not a progression you'd see in a lot of mainstream games.
Yeah,
because it's a really like specific and
because I think a lot more
esoteric thing.
I think a lot of more mainstream games it would be like, but then the dark ones came back.
Then there's more demons.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a rough one. But
Yeah.
instead, it's like, now you have to deal with this even bigger problem, which is that people are douchebags.
Exactly.
There'll probably be some dark ones too. They'll probably be there.
They're probably still gonna be monsters and stuff. Yeah.
But anyway, guys, you know what's still here?
You know what else is still here, guys? It's the
Speed Reviews.
This is the top 10 greatest games of all time, brought to you by Pal GN from 2005.
Great.
Number 10, Burnout 3 Takedown.
Burnout 3 Takedown is a game that came before Burnout Paradise, and it was pretty good, and I had a lot of fun with it. 8 out of 10. Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2 is about the world's most talkative man, Gordon Freeman. Now he chats the ears off of all the enemies he comes across. Talk. Ain't got that guy to shut up. It's 9 out of 10. Number 8, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid is a game that I never knew what it was about. I never knew why it was called Metal Gear Solid until I played it, and then I barely knew, and I still don't know why it's called Solid. But anyway, it gets 10 out of 10. Tetris.
Tetris is a game where you throw bricks through your neighbor's window and they get really mad and your mom grounds you for a week. It's a 1 out of 10. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
You're going to steal whole faults, and you're going to make a sweet earthquake, and you're going to have the exact opposite side of the earth is going to get one too, and the core's going to get a slightly different rotation. It's going to suck. 0 out of 10. Super Mario 64.
Mario jumps into cloning vats, and there are 64 of them, but you have to figure out which is the real one because they're all fighting for that Princess Peach. Oh yeah. Okay, it's 10 out of 10. Number 4, Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 is a really fun game. You got shooting, you got Leon Cannon, you got the Ada Wong, and you got that Ashley chick, and everybody's having fun. You get a 10 out of 10. Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7 is probably like the biggest reason that American people like swords. 10 out of 10. Number 2, GoldenEye 007.
GoldenEye is probably the number one reason American people like GoldenEye. So it gets 1 out of 10. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
I say it every time, but I still like Wind Waker more. It gets a 1 out of 10.
We
All
did
right, guys,
it.
see you later.
We did it.